Hey guys, Mikey B. It is 5:56 p.m. on December the 5th, 2011. Day's going great. Just wanted to shoot a quick video blog here on conversation. The whole idea on conversation actually sprouted from one of our clients that I work with, just in how he's actually broken down the methods that he's done so that he can get phone numbers from approaches, which is interesting to me because I find myself in a lot of places, in a lot of conversation, not getting phone numbers, which is interesting too because a lot of people actually get into conversation with like an outcome in mind, which I feel is like partly right, but I also feel that in a lot of ways you can actually apply yourself better through conversation just by understanding that conversation is just an exchange of value. Now, why would you want an exchange of value? Well, you want an exchange of value so that you can actually build a relationship with somebody. Now, thinking like with that in mind, just kind of the point I wanted to express, something that I feel is very correct, is that conversation is like a tool that you can use in a lot more instances than you think you can. I'm even thinking back to the days when I used to open and like start conversations just to the point that I can actually get a phone number or a chance to like go on a date with a girl, which is like definitely something I keep in mind. But my purpose of conversation now is to actually improve a relationship with somebody. I actually believe that there's a way that I can leave the conversation so that that person, if I see that person again, they still want to talk to me. Which is, I feel like a lot of people haven't developed conversation to a skill where they can say that. And the only difference is just like giving value freely. So if you're giving value in the conversations that you have to a point where it's an exchange of value, where like you've gotten something out of the conversation and so have they, you're creating a win-win. So your conversation should always be tailored to win-win situations. The difference with this in a lot of situations for a lot of people is that when you go in, I know I've done this in the past where I've actually gone in, had a conversation, but the whole time thinking in mind that I'm getting your number, which I think is like a wrong way to go about it. When I approach somebody, I'm simply approaching that person to meet them, to actually start a conversation. And one thing that's actually led to a lot of growth for myself is just acknowledging the fact that instead of having a million things or a million outcomes in mind, I'm just giving myself the opportunity for the value that that person may offer. And not only that, actually like genuinely having the opportunity to give that person value that I have to offer. Now, like you could say this in a lot of different ways, a lot of different lights, but it actually breaks down to very simple principles, right? It's like conversation is important, but like the reason is that you both feel good leaving the conversation, right? You don't want to overthink it. You don't want to go into like steps of where, okay, like I was in a conversation, but I didn't know what to do. Well, that's fine, right? Like open, like go into conversations, use social dynamics to get into a conversation, which is just like literally giving that person what they perceive as valuable, right? But a conversation, one good application can be, if you see somebody that looks kind of like a hip hop person and like that's kind of their genre, so you can talk to them about that and of course they'll be open to it as long as you're genuinely interested, right? But as you actually get to know that person deeper and deeper, you understand that now it's not just about them being a hip-hop genre individual, it's actually you finding out what their deeper values are. So you can give them your deeper values while also being assertive and bringing awareness to what you value. And what that's actually going to do for you is create connections. This is actually a natural way of communicating. The thing that blows my mind is a lot of people think, how can I take value, or how can I have a conversation where I come out on top? But the way that I feel is the right way to go about it, and I don't even know if this is the best way to go about it, but so far the feedback that I've gotten is that this is the right way to go about it. And all it is just like creating a win-win outcome. Because the outcome I always want is for that person to leave better than I found them. And the same thing I want for myself. Right? And that's social dynamics. And for a lot of people, it's like, it's hard. It's either one or the other. I either come out on top or I come out on the bottom. But as of recently, even like finding out naturally the thing that humans have on everybody else is the ability or outcome independence of like self-achievement. It's self-achievement for everybody, like a collective. And that's one thing that we do different. We don't have sharp teeth, human beings. We don't have like supersonic hearing. We can't see, you know, a kilometer away. But what we can do is cooperate, which is what blows my mind, that like nobody else is thinking about this. And I think the big thinkers in the world understand this. They just don't know how to communicate that. And I feel that in a nutshell is social dynamics. So make sure you're subscribed to the Lifestyle website, as well as comment here. The kind of comments I want are like, what are ideal conversations that you've had where you've gotten a lot of value? That's what I want to learn. So comment on that, and yeah, check back in. I love you. Have a great night.